Day 1, yet again. Today has been a long day. It took a lot of work, but I finally seem to have a method of documenting this journey that is reliable and available to the people. As far as the actual session goes, it was a bit tough as well, though I pulled through. Even afterwards was its own journey, for I had typed out a great journal that was somehow not saved. It went a bit in depth about what led me to this point and where I am now. Things happen for a reason. Because of its deletion, now I'm trying something interesting, where I take an overlay of an audio of my journal over the clip of my session. I think this may be beautiful in the end. I am so thankful I have the innate tenacity and developed resilience to push through shortcomings and technical difficulties. I hope by the end of this 28 journey, you find something worth taking with you, and at the very least, you enjoy the ride. Namaste. Day 2. Today's session seemed to be very pleasant and successful. It felt great to lead with my dominant leg today. I feel rejuvenated in a sense. The bro Woods even joined during the live. He actually has a tendency to. It's such an honor. I've been having difficulties with my energy circuits of late. I've learned of efficient practices to successfully perform microcosmic orbit, yet it still requires a certain unwavering resolve that I am still trying so hard to become accustomed to. I do truly feel this is the path. It resonates with my being. I simply hope my affinity coincides with my reality. Thus, the point of this all. Namaste. Day 3. Splendid. Absolutely splendid. I reached a place. A beautiful place past time and space. Past pain. Past halfway through, the pressure started to build, and the discomfort followed. The ice bath I took beforehand definitely helped, though to keep the steady pace I achieved, I had to stay calm. I had to think beyond thought itself, and that's when the golden flames hit me. This identity crisis I've had to overcome recently was to be the me I need. This is me. I told myself this during the pain, for even though I knew it wasn't forever, even though I knew it signified the closing in on my goal, I had to make the moment last virtually forever in order to reach it in the manner I desired. I had to simply be. Thank you. Day 4. I'm so excited that this new way of documenting is working. Unfortunately, I did get a call during my session, which is odd because I thought I turned off all notifications and put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Normally something like that would have jeopardized the recording, but I simply had to resume on Twitch, which is amazing. Anywho, the session itself was stunning. I reached a similar place as I did yesterday, of an internal moment, so to speak. Is this Zen? I've been influenced so much in my life on the concept of Tao, and it's really cool to be in a place where I feel in tune with the universe, regardless of its title. I'm so happy. I sort of feel like there's other things I'm forgetting to mention, but it's all good. I'm feeling good. Thank you for your time. Day 5. Goodness, I think I drank my tea a little too fast when starting. Was virtually in a rush to have enough time to meditate before leaving the house today. No bueno. The antsy aspect of myself surfaced full-fledged. I felt that, and it hit different. Kind of reminded me of when I first did my initial 28-day journey. The things I went through on all planes of existence, so to speak, were very trying. Though with a great support system and a burning desire, I prevailed. So in short, I say this as humbly as I can. With humility, I say, this is nothing. Peace and prosperity to you all. Day 6. Wow, I'm in awe. Today was a very special session. I asked Master Flea to paint me meditating since the idea of doing art of me in a lotus came up before. It was such an experience. I focused on staying still even further than normal. That was a tribulation. At some point, the pressure seemed unbearable on my leg due to the board I was sitting on. I tried to get through by living in that moment, and emotions overwhelmed me. Why me? I thought to myself, as I invited the pain to consume me in a way of challenging which one of our wills would win. As I mourned for myself, I began to heal while going through it, a feat that I hoped to take with me out of the session. In the end, I spoke with Bruce Lee in my mind. He told me, "You got this. Focus. It's just me and you, kid." I became overwhelmed with happiness that overtook the pain, and in the end, all I could be was so thankful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Day 7. Great session. Did a lot of stretching beforehand. Even rolled out my lower spine while in a boat position to help with the threshold of my nerve centers. I think it helped, especially considering I was using my less dominant leg today. The manifestation part of the session went so amazing. I was in a place within the future, carried out every second and moment. There were some delays here and there, but to play out a moment as if the present showed me that I am truly getting better, for lack of a better word. There was a bit of a disturbance in the force at some point, yet that showed me even more how far I've come, for I focused inwards and radiated my energy outwards with confidence and power. My masculine energies were complemented as I sought counsel within my mind from the loving feminine energies associated with me. I feel love. I feel happiness. I feel prosperity. I feel bliss. Thank you. Day 8. Stunning. A piece of perfection. Speaking on perfection, I've pondered my aspirations of being the best me. It is a preference that may have held me back at times, refusing to make a move in a lesser state. Recently, I have focused in on the moments of life in which I believe hold what I call the face of God. In living each moment fully, I hope to see this face smile upon me, upon you, upon the world, and upon itself. I feel great. Today was very little uncomfort. I did some stretching beforehand. Someone recently told me that yoga was created to prepare the body for meditation. I found that a beautiful way to describe it, and I try to implement it. Master Flea once told me the same about martial arts, except it was to condition the body after such stillness. I am a very physical person, and I found such potency in these words, and it makes me feel right in the center of my being and dharma, like the axis of a wheel. I honor my teacher, my teacher's teacher, and the teacher within. Thank you. Day 9. Something new. It's not like I've never meditated outside before, it's just, well, I did have the drums go off at intervals with me focusing on a different task each interval, and I have been working on this for a while now. Something was just different. Nice. I felt the energy of the earth beneath my feet. Grounding is what they call it. Being in the elements comes with its own challenges. I thought I heard a stray cat at some point. That and the bugs initiating me. With all that being said, I embraced my trial, and in the end, I heard the voice of many cheerfully exclaiming to me, "Congratulations, you passed." Thank you. Day 10. So much went down in this session it's hard to articulate. So much has went down outside the session as well. Restless nights, then dream-saturated sleep has occupied my time. The energy transferred into the meditation. It feels like there is events of yet to come circulating around me. Imagery and emotions tell faint stories of what to expect. I resorted to my mental counsel for guidance. "Have we steered you wrong yet?" was the response. As I avoid any assumptions, I do tune my sensory input into the infinite. What could you possibly be telling me? Day 11. It was good. Decided to hold the candle in the end to keep my hand still. The board I'm on forces my lower half to stay balanced. Maybe I'll use a book on my head next time too. The funniest part is when I'm serious. Anywho, it's seeming more and more apparent that as the days of meditation progress, the cultivation of chi does as well. It may actually explain the restlessness, whilst the tapping into the absolute explains the consistent dreaming. I did some qigong beforehand. It actually did seem to help circulate the potent energy saturating from the sacrum, my inner flame. I feel like I had success in guidance for the things I was puzzled on from before the session. There's a world between worlds that holds the truth, and it's here in plain sight yet hidden, like the beat between two frequencies colliding in our minds, or the after imaging produced from seeing color, as well as the phi phenomenon. I'ma chill now. All in all, beautiful session. Thank you. Day 12. Yay for day 12. Came a long way and I'm enjoying the journey. Today was a trial day. I wanted to practice more stillness through the use of the balanced table I've been on, a lit candle in my hands, and yes, the stack of books on my head. Made it through. A little past halfway, my legs unfolded out of the lotus and I did refold them. There was a point the books almost fell. I'm actually impressed I sustained them at that point. In the beginning, the books were very difficult, and through it was hard to both focus and to clear my mind in the appropriate times. Regardless of all this, I feel really good afterwards. I feel accomplished. Maybe next time I will do the books, yet leave the candle sitting. Trial day success, 12th day accomplished. Namaste. Day 13. Today was very pleasant to say the least and quite possibly the most. Nothing out of the ordinary. No balance trials, no pressure, no pain. And that was perfectly fine. I'm not sure if I could have asked for any more. I even felt a bit of confirmation for some things that have been on my mind. I guess we'll have to see things pan out for that. Even getting out of the lotus in the end was pleasant to some extent. My mental counsel seemed pleased with me. I'm happy and excited for what's to come. I know that excitement and anxiety are on the same coin from personal experience. Therefore, I pray for the tranquility of mind to keep in coordinates with the Absolute. Thank you for your time. Day 14. Rough session. It's all good though, I got it done. Tried my best to let my subconscious paint the picture for me. This produced more adjusting than normal, which I am a bit uncomfortable with, yet I still think it was the move. I'm looking thoroughly within for the path that's best for me. I'm pretty set on how I navigate now, though there are still some uncertainties with my methods that concern me. I do see growth all along the board, so I am thankful. Even in my areas of concern, it's more so because I know I am 3 feet from gold. I truly believe I will make it, yet I must thank this life for the abundance it has brought me. Thank you, and thank you. I honor my teacher, my teacher's teacher, and the teacher within. Day 15. Today and yesterday were day and night as far as the sessions go. Total relaxation and prime focus today. Is the difference in my dominant leg versus my less dominant that great? It'd be nice to stay on my dominant, yet I'm nervous I would wear it out. We would just have to see. As far as I go outside of the session, I believe I've came to some strong realizations involving my resolve. It's hard to go into, but maybe this example may paint the picture. I believe that I now personally understand exactly how martial arts came to be and why. I've purposely been holding out on my physical training to focus on this, and yet the reserves of energy has still been overwhelming. Even with physical training, it actually quantifies the energy, so what would sustain it? The meditation helps a lot, yet there's a point where it's a mental decision. There's a point where there's a bridge, a gate, that requires an offering to pass. This is the origin, in my opinion, and I believe I have reached that gate. Let's see what happens. Day 16. Today was so beautiful outside and cool. I felt inclined to meditate outside on the porch. It became dark, yet still so cool. As I finished setting up, it began to rain. Luckily, never too much. Once again, today was on my less dominant leg, and the pressure and discomfort was definitely there. I did finish, and I believe an uncomfortable session is still a good session. I'm always hard on myself about when I shift a lot within a session, let alone at all. As far as my mind, it was in a in-between state. I focused predominantly on the flame within my hands. Normally, I keep my eyes closed, so it's no wonder this affected my focus at certain intervals within the session. All in all, I'm very thankful for going out and experiencing nature and the nighttime. It also appears the chat room of my stream was active. I wonder what kind of energy it presented and if it had an influence on the session. Regardless, thank you for your time and energy. Peace. Day 17. Wow, 17. I feel amazing. Almost as if I were 17 years old, leaving high school, entering this new world. Growing up has been interesting at the very least. I personally enjoy it a lot. The one thing I'm probably the most self-conscious of is how I affect the people closest to me, literally and figuratively. I am exactly the person I had always wanted to be, and now I wonder if I can be a better son, a better friend, a better role model, a better influence to this world. As I contemplate these things and more, one thing stands out the most. There is still more for me to do. Peace. Day 18. Difficult yet rewarding. A lot of shifting and adjustment occurred, yet they were all deliberate. I tried my best to think less of a perfect session and more of a fulfilling one. A lot has been going on within the sessions and outside of them. I feel like what I am trying to accomplish is succeeding, which is to set a new precedent for my life, to be realized from within and to make full use of this absolute energy. Maybe there was a better way to put that, but hey. I'm very thankful for coming so far, and I am looking forward to the last 10 days of this meditative journey. Wow. 10 days. Day 19. Something special. Something new yet from the past. Something painful yet pleasant. I see how the two are the same coin now. This session brought me back to a place when I thought that doing an hour a day of meditation in the lotus position was impossible for me. When I had to put all comfortability, health, any reservations on the line. I did, and it took its toll. I made it to here. Today was my less dominant leg again. I couldn't promise a successful session like this one if you paid me. Through every moment of discomfort, every moment of pain, and every moment of doubt, I simply said, don't move. It'll only make it worse. I pushed. I hurt. I healed. I conquered. I'm very thankful for today. I think I will be posting the vid late, but that's okay. I did my 19th day. Today. Day 20. The session definitely did not disappoint as far as initiation goes. Into the 20s, and man, was it a difficult session. Rewarding, still difficult. Dare I even say that it was possibly even more difficult than my less dominant leg? I seemed to reach my breaking point in the last 20 minutes. Around at that time, I am supposed to clear my mind to the best of my ability. This is incredibly tiring and challenged the threshold of my Zen state. I found success during this time as painful as it got. The last 5 minutes revealed the source of the pain. As much circulation was cut from an incidental position of my leg with the chair, it became clear to me that I was definitely mourning. Alms turned into pretty much crying without tears. I haven't experienced this since my first journey. I recently went through a trial of my waking resolve during my day, and as much as I believe I succeeded, it definitely challenged my inner nature. I feel at the ending phase of an identity crisis, where I am leaving a certain me behind. This decision was and is difficult, yet my unwillingness to yield today and during my session shows just how serious I truly am. I am ready. Thank you. Day 21. Something different. A bit of everything today. As I type this, I still feel within a meditative state. I was tired still from my last session. I actually woke up sore from it. I had the luxury of meditating completely on this chair I built today with no other supports. Since I made it, it's been unstable, yet I found good wood to reinforce it with. The thing is, I actually made that chair for someone dear to me. I am unsure if it's the energy invested in it or the elevation off the ground, but I tend to thoroughly enjoy the session I have on it. The only complication is the lack of circulation in my leg when I am too close to the edge. Timing can seem like everything. I recently got in contact with this special individual again. I must admit, this does test my stance on the decisive moves I've made recently. I didn't quite expect any external trials so soon, but it's okay because I am happy. As long as it's worth it, I'm just about always willing to put it all on the line. That's always how I've been, even if I have my reserves at times. I can honestly say that this has all been worth it, including my journey involving others. I hope to perform well. Thank you. Day 22. Odd to say the least. I tried something new that I was compelled towards through research and divine suggestion. Bioaudible frequency. This is incredibly out my element because I never listen to things while I meditate. I wanted to make sure this wasn't a dogmatic agenda on my end. Trying to take advantage of science in this natural state, I wanted to change it up. I can't quite say I enjoyed it, while I also can't say it was meaningless. In the beginning, it was odd. Towards the end, it was more a distraction, and in the end, I did feel something unique. A huge factor to consider is that this was someone else's created audio, so to be honest, I would trust the mathematics of and reliability of the binaural adaptation way more if I did it myself. That is exactly what I intend to do next or as soon as possible. So yeah, not too much of a meditative experience today. The end did feel special, but more so as an ode to continue exploring. I honor my teacher, my teacher's teacher, and the teacher within. Thank you for your time. Day 23. Extravaganza. Very early session. Started at 1 a.m., ended at 2. I felt very compelled to try the binaural audios again. This time I used one in which confirmed the frequencies on each ear. The result was 4.5 hertz, what they call the Tibetan frequency, due to the state of mind it is supposed to induce. I must admit, it definitely seemed to tune me into a state I try to sustain in my sessions. It even kept me there for the whole duration from what I could gather. I was very happy with this session. Even though there are other variables to factor in as far as how great the session was, I can definitely say that I would not be opposed to another session like this, maybe even on and off in accord. Well, there goes that. It's 2:53 a.m. and I'm feeling very alive. I think I'll simply enjoy the rest of my night in a tranquil state. I'm even still listening to the frequency while typing this. Peace. Day 24. I actually did an hour earlier today to test the binaural audios while tired. They didn't quite work as planned, especially since I fell asleep beforehand, but the session was absolutely amazing. This session was silent. No audio, no alms, just me. I'm a bit disappointed in my sweaty legs slipping out of the lotus, but I held on for the allotted time. I kept going. A lot's been going on these last few days of the documented journey. I've gotten amazing opportunities on all spectrums, and through all of this, my priority still remains stillness. My progress with this is my true deep satisfaction. I've come a long way since a year and a half ago when I decided that actively doing nothing would be the key to all my answers in the kinetic world. I have discovered the world within, the world that reflects. I am so thankful. Thank you. Until next time. Peace. Day 25. I will actually start this journal with an occurrence I am experiencing at the moment. A dear viewer of my stream has immediately made me aware of the passing of Chadwick Boseman once I came to from my session. The timing alone is peculiar to say the least, The gesture in its own feels sincere and very deliberate in presenting to me. I have a very strange mixture of appreciation and devastation at the moment. I told this viewer about an experience that I actually thought of earlier today, very similar to what I feel now. When I first started taking meditation seriously, during one of my first hour sessions, a friend urgently called me to tell me of my other dear friend's passing. Even last night, while I remained up for as long as I could, I dabbled in creating a song directed towards the people I know in mourning for the loss. I know a good bit in that state recently. I think I'll end this journal with the lines that I came up with using the beat to Nas's Nothing Lasts Forever. Everything will eventually return to the source. Dry your eyes and let your beautiful life play its course. Let go every single sorrow but hold on to the joy, for energy can never be created and not destroyed. Death is only the beginning, life is more of a test. There's no such thing as an end for what resides in your chest. Let your heart spread endlessly into the void, for energy can never be created and not destroyed. Day 26. I've been awake for a solid 30 hours now, and I figured I'd give my session a shot once again with the binaural audios to help induce sleep. I finished my session very awake. Last time I did the audios sleepy and the same thing happened, yet the accumulated energy I built was like an hourglass slowly slipping away as I returned out of my lotus. I did in fact have 2 moments while meditating this time where I felt as if slightly beginning to doze off to a small extent. My mind also wandered a lot at times, not making too much sense, such as when I'm about to go to sleep. This was a very awesome session. I like to push the boundaries a bit and see if another session tomorrow would be different if I stay awake. A huge aspect of whether I sleep or not that I found is my contact points. I normally have at least 4 contact points when sleeping. Anything less, it's hard to go to sleep at all, thus why a sleep-like state in the lotus is difficult with it having only 1 major contact point while I'm in it. I'm curious if the longer I stay up, will the amount of contact points I need decrease, or my mind simply tricked me into using 4 points. Either way, I hope to make the end of this journey interesting. 2 days to go. Namaste. Day 27. Very nice session. I feel revitalized. Went to sleep early in the morning from boredom, but I think I may stay up 24 hours for this last session tomorrow. The idea would be to train my heart out so that my weariness represents the need to sleep rather than how long I've been up. This gives me an idea of another journey to embark on with the sleep study, as well as finally opening the gates back up for training. I've held out for my training throughout this journey, for the potent energies it generated were admittedly too much. I didn't know how to control it, let alone my natural day-to-day reserves. I can honestly say that throughout these 28 days, I have grown to mastering this energy more, through cultivation of resolve, innovation and/or wits, and necessity. What better way to see than to go as hard as I can manage today and tomorrow? I will try to keep my actions in coordination with the infinite. Very thankful for today, the days past, and the days yet to come. Thank you. Day 28. Wow, I could not have ever asked for a better way to finish this journey. Since yesterday and throughout this whole journey, I've been wondering how I could give it meaning, justify this beautiful adventure that I've had. It dawned on me to get some rest, but then train my heart out throughout the day as much as I could to be in a weary, humbled state when entering the session. This was not only accomplished, but in the last hour documented as well. The energy that was present was powerful, to say the least. 2 very important individuals within my life shared their vibrations with me, introduced themselves to each other, and stayed the whole way throughout the pre-session and session itself. I can undoubtedly say that their energy was a huge factor in the tranquility and success of that session. By no means do I intend to stop with this journey. This is not an end but merely a beginning, for I have found inspiration and motivation towards what is next. This includes my intent to continue with my meditation, yet take what I've learned and cultivated from this experience outside of the sessions and to create new experiences within. I could really go on forever, but I will end with this. Thank you all so much for joining in this journey and adventure. I honor you all. I honor you with all my heart and intent. I honor my teacher, my teacher's teacher, and the teacher within. Thank you. Peace, love, happiness, and success to you all. Kafan. I'm so grateful that you caught this. Like, you guys' energy was amazing. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. That's a wrap. 28 days. We got another person in here. We're wrapping it up. I'm glad that you can make it in the end. Give me a follow, like, yeah, I like Twitch a lot, so I'm probably going to be messing with it again, and you'll get to see a little bit of the different dynamics of myself. But yeah, thank you guys all so much. Whoa, we got 5. How we getting 5 people in this piece when I'm saying my goodbyes? Well, for all you that just entered, if you want to drop something in the chat really quick, I'd be more than welcome to reciprocate it. But thank you for being here. You got to witness me officially finishing the 28-day meditative experience. I have videos, and et cetera, all here on different platforms and stuff. Thank you so much. So, just got done finishing reading the journal. I'm not going to drag this on, even though I would love to. It's late over in this area. So, y'all take care. I'll be catching up with some of y'all outside of this. And heck, if you're interested in catching up with me outside of this, give me a follow, and like we can talk another time and stuff. My Instagram for this is the number 1 movement, the number 1 motion, 1 movement, 1 motion. And if you want to message me on that and stuff, we can connect, and I'll even add you on my actual personal Instagram and stuff. But yeah, so holla at your boy. Thank you so much, everybody, so much. And stay tuned for what's next, and best of wishes for what's next for you guys, because from this energy, I know that great things are for all y'all. So, yep. Hey, don't me dropping the links. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, I'm